Hello, Hotties.
I'm Positive Noodles.
And I'm xFlowmingo.
Welcome to Hot X News. We're doing a little mini episode today because I'm going to be on vacation next week,
Ooh.
and I am like disconnecting. I'm like, nope, bye-bye.
Good. Good.
Um, so
Good.
we want to do kind of a mini episode. We're recording this the day after. And so we aren't going to do like powered or FMK or like that stuff because we kind of already went over that yesterday when we recorded. So we are going to do just some hot takes. So I have some hot takes here and we're kind of just going to talk about a couple. I have a bunch, so we might not do all of them, but we're going to kind of do like a little like mini round of hot takes. So let's get into it. But let's happy July. This will be July.
Oh, that's
so
true.
happy
the
July.
First July. Happy
Yeah,
July.
what's July? What's July's month?
Oh, well, Tuesday is the 4th of July. Are we posting this on the 4th of July?
Oh, it will be on Tuesday. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy Fireworks Day.
Happy Fireworks Day.
Yeah.
Happy hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill day.
Yes. I'm going to be in Canada.
Cold beer in the pool day.
It's like, I'm going to be in Canada, and it's like,
that's hilarious.
But you know what's nice is I went through this time because at work as like an event planner, like nobody's really booking right now because like 4th of July week, they're like doing their own thing, camping, whatever. So I wanted to go this time because it's a little slow, especially in the summer. Everything else picks up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. But then I was also like, I won't have to worry about any tourists. Because not a lot of tourists, even though like tourists are fine, but like when I go and visit like the little like town, I'll be able like the like city, it's not really that much of a city.
Yeah.
Like we won't have to deal with like all the crowdedness and whatever. So where we stay, there's not a lot of tourists, but it's gonna be like nice because you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I'm going to be in Canada for 4th of July because I'm American. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope you have a good time, and I hope your dogs are okay and feeling comfy because I know my dog.
Stay safe, y'all.
Yeah, because my dog is going to need Benadryl. So.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, no, dogs. I have my mom staying over for 4th of July. With pet sitting because like, Sabrina's gonna need Benadryl and like her weighted blanket and everything.
Oh,
yeah. All right, so let's get into hot takes.
Hell yeah.
All right. So the first one. Art style is more important to me than realism or 4K graphics. A good art style can win over fans just as much as a super realistic graphics can. With one exception, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
I agree.
Yes.
I mean, I don't give a shit about Flight Simulator.
I know.
So
I thought that was. I don't know why.
It reminds me of that one Reddit story.
Yes. That's why I brought it up.
I'm a professional pilot. Anyway,
I wonder if it was the 2021.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I completely agree with that. Otherwise, because even like the games you've been playing, those like the Walking Dead games, like the art style is just so good.
I know
that like it doesn't have to be like,
I feel like
it has to look real. I don't want to pretend I'm in a
the 2012 thing. I think the first one came out in 2012 or something. It still looks great. Yeah, there was like some clipping or whatever, but every game has that. But it looks so good because I don't need realistic. I love art style.
Right.
I mean, I didn't play it, but like look at Hollow Knight. Look at
or like Gris.
Gris
kind of was like just a super simplistic drawing.
Right. Arise was one
Night
of mine.
in the Woods is literally just a little cartoon. Like it's so cute and I love it.
Yes.
And the art style to me impacts the game because like I don't know, like particularly in like Night in the Woods, I loved that game so much. It was dark, but it was still like cute.
Yeah.
And like the whole vibe is what matters to me more than
think of
the graphics.
What game I was like recently like, I love this art style. Like
I know, I feel like I had one too.
Yeah. But like Arise, which was like really cute, is like the little Viking one. Like I love that kind of art style. Or even ones that kind of mix it. Where it's not being super hyper realistic. So like Life is Strange 3, having that artistic like aura and like
Right.
empath type thing, but still being a little like realistic, but still not like super. Because I think you get into uncanny valley kind of
Yes.
issues when
Yeah.
you try to go super realistic.
Right.
Like don't get me wrong, like Horizon Zero Dawn, amazing. The way that they
Beautiful.
animated each strand and each
Yes.
braid, and like that's amazing. But I also really love like Gris, like like those type of
Right.
games, like
Or even like
Arise.
the pixelated kind of things, like
Yeah,
Stardew is like so cute.
yeah, it's so
You
cute.
know, or like Celeste, like any of
Yeah.
those kind of like so cute.
Yeah, Walking Dead and like The Wolf Among Us, especially like that art style reminds me of kind of
Yeah.
Borderlands. I love it
Yes,
because it reminds me of like
exactly.
comic books and
Yes.
whatever. So yeah, I completely
Completely agree
agree
with
with
you.
this.
And it's about the whole vibe of the game. It
Yes.
doesn't need to be, realistic. And,
I
like, sometimes that's nice too. Like, sometimes
yes.
I like when it looks realistic, but, like, it's not the most important factor. Like, I'm not that stressed
Agreed.
about it. Half the
Agreed.
time, I'm turning my textures down anyway so that I can have
Yeah, can
CPU.
play. Yeah.
Right?
I tried to think
I'm
there was
like
definitely a game that I was like, "Oh my god, I love this art style," and I can't even think of it, like the games that I played recently because my
Right, I feel
brain
like
is
there's
just
something
like
I play too. Oh, like, I love, Coffee Talk. The way it's all
yes.
pixelated and, like, cute. It just
Yes.
is so cute. I love it. I
Like,
love it.
even Breath of the Wild too, um, like,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild isn't super hyper realistic, like, it's a nice art style, I love the
Mhm.
vibe. I'm trying to think of, like, games I have played recently.
I'm trying to think even so like something else you've played that I really like the art style of was what's that game about like it was like people it was about like death, but it was cute. What was it called?
Death?
Spiritfarer.
Spiritfarer, yes, that was
That
really
had a really
cute.
cute style. I really
What
liked that.
was I'm trying to think of, like, what else I've done. I mean, even Valorant, like, that's not super hyper
No,
realistic,
it's not
but
hyper realistic, but it doesn't need to be.
yeah. I'm just trying to think of games I've played recently, but, um, yeah. So I completely agree. I think there are some games that need to be hyper realistic, especially simulators, especially if they're being used for
Right. Yeah.
one simulator that I'm very excited for that's getting like not a DLC, but like an add-on is
Mhm.
Power Washing Simulator.
Oh, yes.
They're getting a SpongeBob add-on. So you're power washing in the SpongeBob universe.
That's hilarious.
Yep, it's coming out in
I
July
love
or
it.
something like that. Okay,
That's awesome.
next one. The players in online multiplayer games optimize the fun out of everything. They intentionally seek out the best builds, then complain games are too easy. So developers increase the difficulty and try to rebalance, and then it happens again.
Right.
I agree
I
with this. I don't think it's everywhere, but I do think it's in a lot of
I
online
do. I
multiplayer.
I totally agree. Especially like now, it's like you just look up the meta for something, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that like kind of sucks the fun out of it. It's like I
Yeah.
just want to play to play sometimes.
Yeah.
I do. I understand wanting to get better and wanting
Yeah.
to win. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I don't. Yeah, I guess maybe it sucks the
I
fun
feel like
a little bit.
this with DBD, it's not people complaining it's too easy, but I feel
Hmm.
like I don't know, the buffing and like
Yeah, things are
what's
constantly
the
being
other
like buffed and
thing?
nerfed.
Nerfed, thank you. I was like the
Yeah.
survivors being nerfed because killers are saying it's too hard and then buffing killers, but survivors are now like this is fucking ridiculous, you know?
Right.
Like
Right.
I played survivor, really. I wasn't playing killer at all. And so like I like stopped playing DBD too because I was getting burnout because of all the bullshit that was happening.
Right.
And like
Right.
nerfing, I understand like some nerfs and whatever. And I understand that they usually like buff a killer or like a certain like add-on that's like a DLC
Right.
or whatever when they first come out because they want people to like play it and buy those characters. And then when they kind of are more integrated, they kind of nerf it a little bit. But
Right.
like it just feels I think that there's like the best builds and stuff like that. I completely agree that like
Mhm.
there's a lot of imbalance with like optimizing and stuff like that. But I don't think it's everywhere, but I do understand
No,
where
I
people
also
see
don't
it.
think I don't necessarily think that that's, like, the biggest problem in the
Yeah.
world, like, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get why they're saying that, because
Yeah.
it is kind of like you look up the meta for something and you're like, okay, well, I have to do exactly this, 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 and this to win. And then it's like, okay, well.
Yeah. All right. Next hot take. Single
Next.
player story-based games are so much better than online multiplayer games.
That's an interesting take. It's not that interesting because like I agree, but also I still love multiplayer games. Like there's a time and a place for.
Yeah, I think this is hard for me to say because I am like a single player story based game. I didn't play a lot of online multiplayer. I think the first like
Yeah.
online multiplayer that I really dived deep into was DBD. Like I didn't play a lot of that stuff. Playing Valorant and stuff like that. I think it's a time and a place. I don't think one's better
Yes.
than the other, and I think it
Right.
depends too. And especially like single player story based games. Um, I think a lot of millennials and a lot of like people that are getting older like these single player story based games because it's things you can pause and it's the things that like you're going up against a 13-year-old that can like rank up super quick and get all these like in multiplayer games like get all this armor and like level up super quick because the 13-year-old doesn't have to worry about all these other things. So I feel like
Right.
it's more relaxing for millennials, especially parents, to play single player story based
100%.
games.
100%. And
Yeah.
so I completely agree with you with that. And from my perspective, it's when I'm saying like there's a time and a place. If
Yeah.
I'm just playing by myself, like I'm not gonna be like, I want to play Fortnite or I want to play
Yeah.
Valorant. Like I might once in a while, but if I'm by myself or like if I'm streaming, for example, I do tend to gravitate to story-ish games.
Same.
Though I do play a lot of Valorant on stream, but again, it's usually for a specific reason. Like
Yeah.
I want to play solos on stream. You know what I mean? Otherwise, those online multiplayer games are mostly just vibing with my friends. That's the point. It's not really, I don't care that much about, I'm not playing comp really.
Yeah.
It's more just for fun hangs.
Also, there are online multiplayer games that have like I know story mode would seem like the like single player story based games, but like my husband talked about like Guild Wars has like this great like story and arc or whatever or like there are online multiplayer games that have like this great lore and things like that. So like I think I don't know, it's not as much obviously as a single player story-based game, but also there's people out there that just enjoy one or the other, and I think that's okay. So I don't completely agree with this, but I am somebody that gravitates more for single player story-based games.
Yeah. I get that. I totally do.
I definitely think we're going to agree on this one. Playing The Sims is gaming. I've seen a lot of people say that that's not really a video game, but it is technically, and considering how many people kill their Sims off, I would say that it's just as violent as any other video game.
Right. Right. I don't think violence is
violence
is a necessity for what is gaming. Is Stardew not a game?
Like, I think it's kind of like a little, I think it's just like a little it's like joke. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Sims is gaming. Whatever you want to like, it's gaming.
Right.
Whatever you like.
Right.
Sims is gaming. So it's and like, do you know how much goes into Sims? Have you seen people's builds and people?
I have, and then there's like the modding. There's like, yeah. So it's a lot of work. Sims looks like fun. I'm like, I just want to decorate. I want to build the house and I want to make the Sims and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't do anything.
I used to play like Sim City. I used to play Sim Safari, like
oh my god.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of like
I had the one with the pets.
You know why?
Sims 2 pets.
You know why? I think I like the Sim City and like the like bigger ones.
Yeah.
Because I like macroeconomics over microeconomics. And I'm somebody that
it all makes sense.
I am like I forget what it's called. But I'm somebody that I like doing like controlling a whole city kind of thing other than just
like
one.
Yeah.
If I'm doing like a simulation like Sim City. Yeah, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. One game that I play that I will never stream. I might Discord stream it, but I will never ever stream is Hoonie Cam Studio. It's based off of Hoonie Pop, which was a like dating sim that was like Candy Crush as well. That is very, very raunchy and making fun of like the dating sim type thing.
Okay.
And I never played that because I'm not kind of that Candy Crush type, like, the doing that thing. But it's like, what do you call it? Like a maintenance? Not maintenance. What am I trying to think of? Anyway, like you have to send girls to go do studio time or photo shoots or go to like the
like a management game.
Management. That's what I'm thinking. A management game and like a management clicking game too. So
cute.
Yeah, that's what I don't know, but I think that's the macro and microeconomics. I always bring it back to that.
It makes sense. Yeah, it all tracks.
Okay, so I definitely agree with that. It's gaming, and I thought it was funny how they said like it's just as violent.
It's just as violent, right? I know.
I know. Like there's challenges,
putting them in the pool and taking out the ladder.
Yeah, there's challenges. I forget. There's like Sim. I can't remember her name.
There's a lot of whack challenges. A lot of people.
Like 100 Baby Challenge is one that I watched. Kelsey and Peaches May. I always say her last name wrong. She was on BuzzFeed. She's done like Rags to Riches. She's done like all these different things. And I know there's one on TikTok. I can't remember her name, but she did one where it was like graveyard or like the death gauntlet, and it was like different ways that like you could kill them or whatever. Yeah. It's definitely interesting. The Sims is very, very interesting, especially with all the mods.
There's someone on TikTok that I saw recently that did they've been doing I don't know that it's a challenge, but they've been doing like a room in their house and they're doing like a spinner to pick the theme.
Yes.
And they did like a medieval like bathroom. And it was so cool.
I love that. Neat. And it's like they do it, it's like 3x3 challenge or whatever. And like somebody did I think it was Kelsey and Peaches May as well. I can never say it right now. It's Kelsey Dangerous on YouTube, and she did like princess rooms, like Disney princess rooms, but like she spinned a wheel and each room was like a different thing. So yeah, Sims is amazing. That's the thing, like Sims and Stardew Valley, I think are like one of the most, not most modded games, but I think one of the most accepting of mods.
Right.
You know, like I know there's so many Skyrim mods and there's so many like this and that, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many more like useful mods in like Sims and Stardew, but all right.
Functional mods.
So this one I haven't really thought about because I haven't encountered this, okay?
Okay.
Every single player game needs a pause option. It doesn't matter if it trivializes certain gameplay. Making your game accessible is definitely more valuable. Pause is important because some people need to abruptly suspend gameplay for any comfort reasons.
So... yeah, that's a good point. And to be honest, yeah, I agree. I think about Stardew, for example, because you can't pause and start. If you're playing by yourself, you can. So I guess when they say single player, I think when you're by yourself, you can pause it.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm not sure. But I think if you're playing co-op, you can't because everyone else can keep going.
I think sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Now I'm like not sure. Because then my point is moot if you can pause it when it's single player.
Yeah, but I think, so for me, I think what this might be referring to as well is maybe cutscenes, like certain cutscenes you can't pause.
Yes.
Or like certain challenges.
I agree.
And I've noticed with Breath of the Wild, you can't pause it for certain like cutscenes or whatever, but like especially cutscenes, I feel like you should be able to pause because like if you're, say you're a parent and you have to go take care of your kid or something comes up, you don't want to miss that cutscene.
No.
Again, single player
because it impacts the game. Yeah. I mean, that's the point, is that it's like a story game or something like that. You know
I haven't seen this as much, but also I understand like for any comfort reasons too. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Okay. I'm really excited about this next one.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm excited.
It's too. Silly Goofy. Legend of Zelda. Link's full name is Lincoln. That is all.
They've just decided this is their headcanon. Yep. Link's name is Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair.
Sure. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I accept.
I don't know why in my head I'm like, I picture Link with like an Abraham Lincoln hat.
Please.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was a silly, goofy one.
That is cute. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
So this one's interesting too. We need more playable monsters. I'm tired of everything just being a different multicolored human with traits added on. I want to be a kraken, a minotaur, a pterosaur. I don't know. It starts with a P, but it's Pterosaur. I'm guessing it's like pterosaur because it's
probably.
It looks like pterodactyl type thing. Yeah. Something that looks like a boss. I think that would be cool.
That is cool. That's a neat concept because it's true. It's like usually you're playing kind
of
like
a human or
humanoid type. You know?
Yeah, like even orcs. Like if you're playing as an orc, it feels a lot more like,
or like an elf or like something like that. You know, so yeah.
I want to play as a kraken. I want to play like
right.
Unless I'm playing Octodad, I'm not playing as a monster, and he's not a monster. He's a lovely human being. Well, a lovely Octodad.
I was gonna say human being.
I love that game. I think that game is so silly.
It's so strange.
I love it.
I've watched someone play it.
Yeah, I've only watched somebody play it. I don't know why it makes me just like.
Oh, but
it's so
that's
goofy.
A good point. I've never thought about that.
Like, I've never thought about this either.
And yeah, that's cool.
Imagine
or like
playing
even playing as any kind of like a whale. Yeah. Like imagine playing as like an animal.
Yeah. And like I think that there's again like even like in Skyrim or like different things, like it just feels like a humanoid version of it. Like I want to play as like a gremlin.
Right.
But not like like I want to play as like a monster. I think that's really
like a
cool.
feral monster.
Yeah.
Okay, so in GTA 5, there's a couple of scenes where you actually get to play as Franklin's dog.
Oh, really?
Which are kind of interesting. And it's funny because like you obviously there are some things that it doesn't let you control. Like there's one thing where there's like a female dog around and like it gets distracted from what you're doing. And it's so funny. But like, so something like that would be neat.
Yeah.
Playing as like an animal or a creature.
I want to play as something that's like a boss. Yeah. A minotaur would be cool. Even like a centaur. I know that has the humanoid type thing, but even just like something different.
Right. Like, it just would make it more unique, more interesting.
And if there's any, like, please let us know. Like, tell us in the YouTube comments or, like, message us on Instagram or whatever. Like, definitely let us know. All right. I only got 2 more.
Okay.
All right. I think that microtransactions for pure cosmetics are not only okay, but they're actually the ideal way to monetize a game.
Yes.
Agreed.
For I agree.
Pure cosmetic.
Yes.
Yeah, who cares?
I think a lot of people say that this has ruined gaming, and I completely disagree.
Why?
Why? Why do you say that? Like, if you don't want the cosmetics, you don't buy the cosmetics.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
If they're not important to you.
Reddit
That's the whole point.
Yeah, the Reddit story where the dad was like, "Oh, I think it's a scam or whatever," and it's like,
yes.
Who cares? It's cosmetics, and he wanted to buy it with his own money, like that little kid. But like, I talked to my husband, like he's not a cosmetic person. Like he's somebody that like if he wants a cosmetic and he has like in-game money, like he's gonna do it. But like it's never like a for him. But I liked the cosmetics. I love like cosmetics.
Valorant. The whole point is I want it to be like a little bit cute.
Yeah.
You know? I want the little cute things.
Yeah. Again,
that's what I want out of the games.
I don't like the microtransactions that are like basically what was it? I think it was like Star Wars Battlefield where it was basically like play to win. Like they got a lot of controversy where it was basically like these microtransactions that were play to win. And I'm like, no,
I agree with you. That shouldn't be. But if it's for like cosmetics and stuff or like Battle Pass, because that's just mostly buying cosmetic stuff, it's like,
who cares?
This is great. I love this.
I
think it's good. I love it.
I love it too. I knew we were going to agree on this one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have one more. So A longer game doesn't mean a better game. Most games featuring hundreds of hours of gameplay just drag on to the point I'm not even interested in finishing them. Make your story interesting, not long.
I agree. I agree. I don't think that it has to be like short. I think there are some long games that are they're still good.
Yeah.
But I do love a short game. Like if I can just get it done.
Yeah.
And then if there are other little extra, achievements and stuff you want to unlock that make you take extra time, fine.
Yeah.
That's fun too. But I love a short little game.
That's why I kind of have loved like the episodic games, like The Walking Dead, Telltales, like Life is Strange. Like I feel like these episodic ones, it feels like we're not dragging them out. And it's still like a good 6-10 hour game. Like it depends. But there's games that I've played too that I absolutely love that I think are beautiful and tell amazing stories that last 2 hours. And that's okay.
Right. Yeah. And so for me, for example, I'm a hyperfixator. So I like to do something and like finish it.
Yeah.
If I can do it and finish it in one go, that's great for me because I get really stressed out when I have to, like, I have a hard time stopping.
Yeah.
I have a hard time being like, now's a good time to stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, what if something's about to happen? Or like, you know what I mean? It's like, so I'm like, if I can get something done in like 3 hours and be done with it, it's like perfect.
And I think that's why I like episodic too, because with the like, episodic Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like, I can do another part of this like quest. I can do this. I can do that.
Right. And this is why like reading books to me can become intimidating because I'm like, I'm going to spend 10 hours reading this book and then it's going to take too long and I'm going to
see, that's why I like audiobooks too, because I can kind of like, it feels more of a pause than like, I can do multiple things at a time.
Yes. Yeah. Right. And so I that's why like fan fictions to me when they're like little one shots, they're easier to read. I'm like, I can read one or two little bites and then be done. It's not like I'm pausing a story.
I love like a good one season show. That's just nice.
Right. Me too. Or like anthology shows.
Yes.
Like, I love when all the episodes are different and I don't have to worry about like I'm pausing here. Yeah. Now I got to wait for the story. It's like I can finish it.
Agreed. And I love long stories. Don't get me wrong. Like
me too. And there's like because again, like I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. That was a while. There was, I love GTA 5. That was a long game. But sometimes short little games are like perfect. And mostly the short little games are my favorite games.
Like Arise. And I brought this up, like the little Viking dude, and it was an amazing story about his life and the different stages of his life and mental health. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I think that game was like 3 hours.
Right.
And then like even just little things that are, I want a good story, not a long story, like they said.
Right.
I don't think that like having hundreds of hours is bad. But
no, me neither.
I think for me, I truly love like a good little story,
Right. And like I don't necessarily think that short games are better either.
No.
But I just think the length doesn't determine how good the game is.
I think the comment, I think the comment, a longer game doesn't mean a better game. I think that's like a perfect way to say it.
The longer game doesn't mean a better game. Yep.
So that is kind of I want to know if there's, I didn't look up, you know what I didn't look up is, so on Reddit, you can sort by different things. So like for comments is you can sort by top, hot, new, and then controversial is one of them. So I'm like, I should sort this by controversial. Somebody said most video games are just different versions of Mavis Beacon teaching typing. I don't know what that is. And then there was like a bunch of ones that were talking about which games are overrated and stuff like that. But some of them are ones that we haven't played. Yeah. Here's a good one. If a game is so challenging that you have to replay the same boss fight hundreds of times until you finally win, you're wasting your time. I'm sometimes just shit or I'm not doing it right. So I can kind of understand, but I understand if it's like, oh, if this is like a very, very hard boss, like I could understand because I get frustrated. Like I have to.
Right.
Some of these like fucking Breath of the Wild, like fucking bosses, I have to like pause, step away, and just like, nope, I can't do it. I have to like tell myself to stop.
Right. That's me. I find lately I get stressed and it's like I just gotta stop.
Yeah.
It's like I just gotta pause.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay, last one.
Okay.
If Fortnite was released around the same time as Team Fortress 2, it would have been beloved by the same people who are currently hating it.
Okay, I don't know what that
Team Fortress 2. I know you don't know this game.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So Team Fortress 2 is kind of like Overwatch in the sense that they have similar like game like King of the Hill, like pushing the payload. They have different types of like game styles. But what it's really like all about is that it's like goofy and like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like goofy. Like there's a whole thing about like hats and getting like certain hats and it's like silly, like everything like that. And I wonder if it would be loved, but I think the reason a lot of people hate Fortnite is the building part. You know? But I think because
I feel like I saw an increase of people playing it.
Yeah.
At least the people I know.
No build when no build play. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I know you haven't played TF2. I used to play TF2, Team Fortress 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, this is like a lot of them are going into the same thing.
So that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Saying that a lot of people would love. Yeah.
Oh,
are you finding more?
Okay, one more. This is still not as long as our regular episodes.
Right.
PC gaming is ass. I use a computer all day at work. No chance in hell I'm playing on keyboard and mouse. Then you gotta install the fucking thing, fuck around with drivers. No, give me a controller and plug and play any day. Also, Skyrim is one of the most boring games of all time.
I'm not going to comment on Skyrim because I never played it, but I think that's fair. But I disagree.
I disagree. I don't like then you gotta install the fucking thing and fuck around with drivers. What are you playing that you gotta fuck around with drivers all the time?
So yeah, it's not that often, but once in a while I do have to do that. But again, those are the graphics intensive games. And it's like, you don't need a graphic intensive.
I get it though, because if I'm having a long day at work, I don't want to get on my computer again.
That's what I mean. Like I get it. Like I have to sit here and play here.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I'm on a console, I can like play on the couch or like in bed. So so I do respect that opinion.
I don't think like I know disagree. We talk about PC Master Race and everything like that. I think having a good mix is good. Like there's times that Eric plays Xbox on the couch. There's times that I play Switch on the couch or I play Switch or whatever. I think like it's good to have a mix. But like I don't think PC gaming is ass, but I understand. I do understand.
I do. I respect this opinion.
Yeah. But for me, I've also made sure it's separate. Like Eric and I are mostly PC gamers. And he made sure, especially in this house when we had more room, his work setup is separate from his gaming setup. And for him, even just like he has for work, like the Logitech, like basic work keyboard and mouse. Like he doesn't have a mechanical keyboard. He doesn't have the light up thing. He doesn't have like these monitors. Same thing for me at work. I just have like the keyboard and mouse. I don't need like the Logitech, like a mechanical or whatever. So when I'm home and I have this huge mouse pad that has like rainbow on it, and I have this like multi-button thing, and I have like my mechanical keyboard and like my lights all around me, like that makes me feel like it's a lot separate. But I understand that there's times like I don't want to come up here and like get on my computer because I've been on my computer all day and stressed. So I agree with it to a point. And also Skyrim is not one of the most boring games of all time. Fuck you. Like if you don't like Skyrim, so I don't know. Then like screw no. I don't I don't know. Right. Yeah, there's so many more, but I'll save this for another time. Because we need hot takes in the future, but
we do. I also have one that I'm intrigued about,
yes,
but you know what? I think I want to wait till next time.
Let's save it. Yeah. Okay. So we love you guys.
It's kind of a big one.
Okay. We will see you. We'll see you next Tuesday. I know we usually say that at the end. I stole your line.
See you next Tuesday.
But we love you, and we hope you enjoyed this kind of bonus episode. We'll probably do this when we have like busy schedules or we have to like kind of bulk record. But we will be back to the regular kind of format and everything like that. Let us know how you like this. Maybe this is like for special like days. I mean, this is a holiday episode. Yeah, hot takes for a hot summer 4th of July. I don't know.
Please.
I'm so sorry.
That sounded like a magazine.
Yeah, it sounded like one of those car commercial. Get some hot takes for your summer hot dates July 4th. Come down to Toyota-san. I don't know.
Oh my God, please, not the free ad.
I know, right? When is Toyota-san? I don't know. Every time I think of that, I think about the Merry Chrysler. Happy Chrysler. I don't know. Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I love doing my little announcer voice. Like, come on down to Walmart for your hot summer takes. Anyway, so we love you guys. We'll see you soon.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.